Hey guys, so this is my 10th video and I'm going to do something a little bit different this time. We're going to talk a little bit about how to build confidence playing in front of other people. It's something I've struggled with over the years, especially with singing. If you ever felt like you've been having a hard time, shaking off that nervous feeling, or, you just think like, oh man, if I just wasn't nervous, I could show people what I'm actually made of. Well, this video is for you. I'm going to try to provide you with a little bit of advice and tell you a little bit about my experiences. But yeah, even the best musicians out there get nervous, man, trust me. And they just learn how to cope with it, right? When I was just starting out, I remember I was probably 14 or 15 years old, and I started a band actually called the Cockspindles. And I remember it was our first time to go up and play. We played at our local youth center, and I remember being so nervous, like I couldn't even get through a song. Like I was just shaking in nervousness. I kind of wonder, like, what do I do? Like, how do you shake this feeling, right? And from then on, I just kind of tried to figure out different ways and never really got over it until I actually seen a video, I believe it was on Glenn Fricker's channel, and he was talking about some of the things that you can do to kind of alleviate some of that stress or that nervousness about going up on stage. And one of the things he said in his videos, or if it was his, I'm pretty sure, it was to pretend you're like a different character. Like even give yourself a stage name or something and just be somebody else when you're on stage. And that really resonated with me. And I do that to this day. Like I don't play live very often, so I definitely get really nervous when I go up. So that helps a lot. I'll just, pretend to be somebody else. I'm Damien the Destroyer and I'm gonna go up there and kill it tonight, like whatever it is, right? Just kind of have that mentality of being somebody else. And, one or two beers could help too if you're into that sort of thing. I know a lot of people are dry these days, but, one or two to take the edge off works for me. But don't get too drunk, man, because you're gonna look like an idiot. You might think you sound good, you might think you look cool, but you're gonna look like an idiot and you're gonna let down your bandmates. So don't do that. And one of the other things that Glenn Fricker says is, if you suck, you suck. Get better. Which is kind of freeing, because once you realize that mistakes are a part of learning, then you're okay with making mistakes and you're okay with messing up and you learn from that. So you go out there and you just give it your all. And yeah, you're going to screw up, dude. Guess what? Everyone screws up. So try again. Pick your ass up and try again. That's the only way to get better at anything, whether it's playing guitar, singing, or being shy, playing in front of people, whatever it is. You're gonna mess up and you gotta try and try and try again and never give up. That being said, I have a few pointers for you guys. I scoured the internet and I tried to pick some of my favorite ones. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing is starting small. Play in front of like a friend or a family member, or even a cat or a dog, a pet. Maybe you have a bird, maybe you have a rabbit, maybe you have a turtle. Put on a little show for them. Anything helps. Practice. Another thing you could do is try recording yourself. Listen to it back. You might realize, holy shit, I'm not as bad as I thought. I'm actually really good and people might actually like this. So that's a good way to build confidence too. And if you don't like the way you sound on record, well, guess what? Most people don't when they first hear themselves. So don't get discouraged. Another thing you could do is play along with some backing tracks. It'll help with your timing and, just jamming out and getting that feeling like even if you do mess up, you can figure something out, or like jump back into where you left off of, or just like improvise some kind of cool riff that might even sound better than the actual song. And you know what? Half the time people aren't even going to notice. You might have those people in the crowd that are standing there with their arms crossed like this, judging everybody. Those are like the musicians of the crowd that are high and mighty and better than you and wish they were up there playing instead of you. Those people might notice, but that's it. And who cares about them? You're not there to impress them. You're there to have a good time and put on a wicked show. So go and have fun. Another thing you could do is like practice standing up, like standing up and playing guitar or standing up and singing. You can use a mirror. Like make sure that you got your stance proper, or like your cool vocal, like look like that, you know, like making sure you're all tight looking or whatever. I don't know. Just build confidence by like staring at yourself and practicing. And one thing to remember is people want you to succeed. They're not standing there waiting for you to fail. Like, oh, look at this guy. He's trying so hard, but he can't do it, so we're not going to watch him anymore. No, they're not really like that. People are like, oh man, he did a pretty good job. Let's check out some of his other stuff, you know? And yeah, over time, you just eventually build more and more of a thick skin, because there's always going to be somebody out there that's going to try to call you out for whatever reason. They might even just say you look ugly, man. Like, eventually you just have to learn to ignore all that crap and just do what you love no matter what. Just keep trying, keep practicing, keep putting in the effort, do whatever it takes. And when I say whatever it takes, I don't mean like leave your kids and your wife to go pursue music. That's just dumb. But what I mean is like try to put in that extra effort. Plan to put in like even 20 minutes per day or something like that, you know, like just plan it, put it in your calendar, and then just stick with it. That's probably the best thing that I've done now. It's just putting stuff in my calendar and setting a time and just sticking with that. And remember, every musician has been exactly where you are right now. Everybody goes through it. Other people deal with it in different ways. So hopefully what I shared with you today can help you out a little bit. I know normally I don't do these serious type of talking videos where, you know, I'm actually trying to tell you something. I'm usually speaking in some kind of like German accent as Yessie, like, oh, hello, my name is Yessie. But no, I thought this was a decent subject to talk about because I don't see too many videos about this on YouTube where people just kind of talk about being nervous or like scared of just playing in front of people. So yeah, I hope this helped you guys. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And subscribe, man. It's a really easy way to support the channel, and it's free. And then drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you want me to do more talky videos, then I will do more talky videos. All right? Bye.